Hi again guys, and so many of us have been wondering, will we get the 1.29 update this month? Will it be next month? When will we get the silhouettes? When will we get the teaser trailer? Come on Kaz, we're all watching with bated breath for potentially a year car pack or update really, or a Halloween pack. Well, it's finally dropped. He's dropped it today, a matter of minutes ago at the time of editing this video at least, and we have 9 new cars coming. For those who have maybe been living under a rock or something, we also have Catalunya confirmed of course for this update, and 2 of the cars from this pack were already confirmed. We'll get to those in a second. One of them was kind of confirmed in an interesting way, potentially, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, as always, I'm going to run from top left to right and then down the 3 rows. And some of these might be surprising. Some of these I'm not exactly certain about. There's one in particular which I'm hoping that I'm right on, but I could well be wrong. The others I'm actually very, very confident about on this occasion. Now, first of all, top left, this one to me is a harbinger of 3 cars to come in this pack. Because with the way Gran Turismo Sport works with adding vehicles like this, they never add one car like this on its own, and it looks to be that that is correct and that there are indeed 3 great rivals. Because this, my friends, is a Lexus SC430 GT500 car. Now, I'm not going to say what the team is because, of course, that would be quite the prediction, but in a general sense, I believe that's what it is. I would not be at all surprised if it's in Group 2 alongside the other ones. Should it be? Well, that's another argument for another time. They shouldn't technically be as quick as the newer ones, but we'll have to wait and see, of course. So that leads me on to guessing directly 2 of the other cars, which we'll get to in a second, but they're pretty obvious given that that one is, as far as I'm concerned, pretty obviously being added based on the silhouette. The next one is probably my least anticipated car, but quite often it turns out that I enjoy the least anticipated cars. It's a Mini. Of course it's a Mini. There's nothing else it could be. I mean, it could be the Marine Turbine Technologies Mini, which would make me very happy, but it doesn't appear to have the raised roof or exhausts coming out of the top of it, so seems highly unlikely. I think it's an earlier 2000s Mini Cooper S. I don't think it's the 2007 one. It looks more like around 2004 kind of shape. So we'll have to wait and see. You're looking, of course, front-wheel drive, 1.6 supercharged engine. We'll have to see. The next one is, of course, already confirmed. Hugely important to me because alongside Panoz, Maserati is my favourite brand. Panoz, my favourite racing brand. So the Gran Turismo. Of course, already confirmed the Gran Turismo S in particular. Old friend, glad to have you back. Next one as well is also confirmed, and that is of course the Subaru 22B, a car which many people have been clamouring for. Now I guess all of those people who are asking for it are probably going to start asking for an Evo 6 or Evo 5 or a Nissan Silvia or something instead, but the Subaru 22B is coming back. It will be a great rival to some of the others in the game, doubtless an excellent rally car as well. The next one leads on from my first prediction of the Lexus, and this of course is the natural progression. It's the Honda. This is the Honda NSX Super GT car. As far as I'm concerned, very obvious shape. It's a very distinctive car. I could be wrong, of course, but it looks to me like that's what it is. It would make an excellent rival for the Lexus, and a very obvious one as well. One of my less preferred GT500 cars, I will say. Next up though, this is the only car that's kind of stumped me. Now, it hasn't completely stumped me because there were immediately 2 things that came to mind. One was the 80s Lotus Esprit, which I don't think it is because the wing doesn't appear to be big enough, that little ducktail wing at the back. But we do have, as far as I can remember, confirmed knowledge that a certain Lancia 037 Stradale was supposed to be coming to the game. Now this silhouette looks to me a lot like a Lancia 037 Stradale. You can see the sunk-in grille at the front with a couple of extra lights. You can kind of see the side intake behind the driver's window, and of course there is that ducktail at the back. Now the only thing that puts me off is that the ducktail doesn't really look big enough to be an 037, but we'll have to wait and see. The fact that that one has been rumoured, I believe confirmed as well by, I think it was a company selling one of them or something, but it could be, maybe not. That's the one that I'm the least confident about. But either way, of course, we've had the Delta recently, so that'll kind of be a precedent set there as well. Next one, though, is an interesting twist, because, of course, we had the rumoured news of a ZONDA coming back to GT Sport. The C12S in particular was the one that was being sound tested, that blue one, which was on Instagram. A ton of people asked me, is it coming in this update? I said, probably not, because they don't put cars into the game that quickly, unless of course that photo was months and months old, and then yes, it would be possible. It looks like they might have used the sound for something else instead. Now, again, I may be wrong about that, because it would seem like a strange choice to use the sound from a C12S on a Zonda R, given that they sound nothing alike. So maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I hope that they didn't on this occasion, because if there's any car that has full license to scream, it's a Zonda R. That's kind of the point. It's too loud to even be legal on a track. So hopefully they've done better than that, but we'll have to wait and see. Either way, though, it's going to be a monster. Again, it will be very interesting to see where is this car going to end up, because the obvious choice is Group X, but I hope not, because the Aston Martin Vulcan is in N800. And this would be a logical N700 car, given that it has 739 horsepower. So I'm hoping for N classes. Realistically, maybe Group X, unfortunately, but we'll have to wait and see. Next up, again, just like the Mini, very, very obvious shape. It's an E-Type Jag. Of course it is. What else could it be again? And finally, of course, we have the last of the trio, which I am predicting for this pack. We have the Lexus, the Honda. I'm saying this is the Nissan. I think that this is the slightly older shaped Nissan GTR, like the Motul Ortec kind of shaped version, which of course we already had. We had the yellow hat version, various others as well, and of course the Stealth, which was always very popular. So for me, I think that that's the trilogy of Super GT 500 cars that we're getting: the Lexus, the Honda, and the Nissan. Maybe an REM Maya later on would be nice, but of course we'll have to wait and see as far as that goes, and that's GT 300 anyway. But for now, looks like a pretty good pack to me. We've got Maserati coming back, we've got more Super GT cars coming, a Rally Legend, a somewhat mystery car with the ducktail at the back end, and of course the very, very widely loved and highly requested Zonda R, one of the most extreme track toys in history, plus a British classic. So pretty well-rounded pack with Catalunya as well. So overall, of course, stick around on this channel. As always, I will be breaking down the trailer when they drop it. I think probably tomorrow, maybe the next day. The pack itself, for those who don't already know, is dropping on the 6th. I meant to say that at the start of the video, but I didn't, so that's a reward to those of you who bothered to stay around. So dropping on the 6th of November, so it's not an October update now. I don't mind that too much, but that's it. That's it for my predictions. We'll have to see how many of those turn out to be correct. And as I said, stick around here on the channel, because I will be covering all of the cars. I'll do reviews for all of them, as always, and tunes for all of them, probably multiple tunes for certain vehicles. And you never know, we might just do a Part 2 Rival Showdown for a certain Super GT trio that we looked at before. But you'll have to stick around to wait for that. And for now, as always, thanks for watching.